welcome to Forces First. I'm Rajnath Mishra with you, bringing you the latest edition, viewers. And we have a variety of stories lined up, power-packed in this edition. First up is Rajnath Singh's pen-drop moment at the SCO after he exposed Pakistan and China. Next up will be US Intel report revealing Pakistan's ICBM plan and says that Washington is already alarmed with it. Then India has sent a direct message to Turkey. We explore more on that. Next we discuss India is forging its most formidable weapon yet, the K-6 hypersonic missile, and India's most lethal warship is all set to join the Indian Navy. It's going to be a mega boost for our power in the seas, viewers. So first we start with the story coming in from China, viewers, as the defense minister has roared and thwarted all the attempts of Pakistan and China. Now, viewers, it's an uncompromising move. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh refused to sign the joint statement at the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. And this because, once again, Pakistan, backed by so-called all-weather ally China, tried to push its own line and hypocrisy on terrorism, its own agenda. Pakistan sought to erase and any mention of the brutal Pahalgam terror attack from the final statement at the SCO, while slyly trying to insert its narrative on Balochistan. But India did not blink. Rajnath Singh exposed the double standards of Pakistan and China and took the decision of not signing the joint statement. Raksha Mantri made India's stance very, very clear. Zero tolerance against cross-border terrorism. Listen in.
It is imperative that those who sponsor, nurture and utilize terrorism for their narrow and selfish ends must bear the consequences. Some countries use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of policy and provide shelter to terrorists. There should be no place for such double standards. Yes, you should not hesitate to criticize such nations. India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. Some countries use cross-border terrorism as an instrument of policy and provide shelter to terrorists. There should be no place for such double standards. Yes, you should not hesitate to criticize such nations.
Now, viewers, this is not the first time that China has come to Pakistan's rescue, not just diplomatically, but by shielding the terrorists operating from its soil. One Iron Brothers shield, the other even when terror is on the line. Back in 2022, China blocked India and United States bid for 5 Pakistan-based terrorists. Abdul Rauf Azhar, brother of Jaish-e-Mohammed Chief Masood Azhar and mastermind behind the IC-814 hijack, who has been eliminated, by the way, during Operation Sindoor. Lashkar Chief Hafiz Saeed and Lashkar leader Shahid Mahmood, mastermind behind 2611 attacks. They also have been protected by China. China even blocked the request to sanction Lashkar-e-Taiba Commander Abdul Makki and Sajid Mir. China puts the proposal on hold to help their dear friend Pakistan. Viewers, this is the pattern that we see here. China has repeatedly tried to shield Pakistani terrorists. But not just this, Pakistan has itself admitted Chinese support. In the latest, its Defense Minister Khaja Asif, who continues to expose his own state, he has admitted that China provided satellite intel on India during Operation Sindoor. He also said that it is normal and common for friendly nations to share intel via satellite or other means, and China also has disputes with India. This is what Khaja Asif has said, viewers, and once again it exposes this evil nexus between Pakistan and China. Now, viewers, a new missile threat may be rising. Now, why we are talking about this here is, again, Pakistan in focus. This is a threat not from Moscow, Pyongyang, but much closer home. Fresh US intel reports now reveal that Pakistan may be secretly developing nuclear-tipped intercontinental ballistic missile, the ICBMs. And of course, Pakistan cannot do this alone. But this explosive revelation comes close on the heels of India's bold Operation Sindoor and points to growing Chinese support in Islamabad's quest to upgrade its nuclear arsenal. The report cites top US officials who warn that if Pakistan succeeds in acquiring such long-range nuclear capability, Washington would officially label Pakistan as a nuclear adversary. Currently, it's Russia, it's China and North Korea, who in this regard are considered the adversaries to the United States. So viewers, official position of Pakistan, remember, has always been that its nuclear program was strictly focused on deterring India and developing short and medium range missiles. But now Islamabad appears to be eyeing a much bigger stage. As the only nuclear armed nation without an ICBM, Pakistan reportedly is racing to develop this long range nuclear capable missile. Pakistan is the only nuclear armed nation without ICBM arsenal and is eager to enter this elite league now. But the shift has not gone unnoticed. And remember, this is coming right after Operation Sindoor. And also remember what's happening in Iran as well. Washington is alarmed. But why ICBM is important to Pakistan, we'll tell you why. What really is the power of the ICBM? That's on your screens. It can be armed with conventional and nuclear warheads. It's capable of hitting targets over 5,500 kilometers. And also, it is capable of, it's equipped with advanced navigation and propulsion systems. All right, we have Major General A.K. Sivaj joining us on the broadcast for more on this. Major General Sivaj, thanks so much for joining us on Forces First. And, Pakistan, of course, cannot do it alone. We understand where the help is coming from as far as this ICBM is concerned. But US report itself has said that it is raising an alarm. Sir, how do you see this development happening?
Absolutely. See, Rakshita, no doubt about it. Pakistan has been over a period of time developing its missile, and this has been totally helped by China. Whether it is overtly or covertly, it is China behind the missile program of Pakistan. It has made earlier the short range and medium range like Shaheen 1, Shaheen 2, then Gori 1 and 2, and Ghaznavi. In September 22, they have able to get Shaheen 3, which has a range of 2,750 kilometers. It means it can cover the complete Indian continent. Now they are trying to basically make a ICBM, which has range more than 5,500 kilometers. And it is a nuclear tip. And it has been totally held by China. There is no denying that fact. But what is more important is it has got a lot of concern as far as US is concerned. It can hit the mainland US, and now the US feels it that every time Pakistan has been claiming that their missile, especially nuclear missile, are only targeted toward India because they want to negate the conventional superiority which India has. It has only a defensive measure. But the way they are now manufacturing ICBM, now the US is quite alert and they feel it that they can hit the mainland in US, and why they are making it. Now, there can be 2-3 reasons. One is that after what has happened in Iran, US and Iran-Israel conflict, in which US has managed to hit the nuclear facilities of Iran, especially at Fordo, Natanz and Isfahan, they feel it that this can be done by the US even in Pakistan. So they want to deter Pakistan. And the second thing is, in future conflict, if US try to take a side of India or openly support India, it has got a deterrence. Again against that.
Right, sir.
So possibly America is now feeling threatened, and it will now put US as a nuclear adversary. So far, US has got only 3 nuclear adversaries. One is China, Russia and North Korea. Now they will add Pakistan. But Pakistan, we have been telling, as India has been always pointing out, that its nuclear arsenal are not safe. They can fall into even the hands of terrorists, and this has been a cause of concern for India. And now things are looking very clear that as far as Pakistan is concerned, its nuclear and missile facility is totally been copied by the China. China is aiding and supporting them, and that's how they are manufacturing all these missiles, including nuclear tipped, going up till 5,500 kilometers. The another issue in this only I want to touch upon, they are also going for hypersonic missile. India has not got hypersonic missile so far, but Pakistan is trying to even make hypersonic missile with the help of China. It is a cause of concern for India also. We have to watch out the way after Operation Sindoor beating, the Pakistan is now going and buying a lot of modern weapons, including missiles, and also they are trying to upgrade their air defense system, which was found wanting. The HQ-9, 15, which was given by Chinese, was totally failed, completely failed, in fact, and Indians aircraft could go with impunity. They are trying to get that, and they are also trying to upgrade their missile system. Rakshita.
Right, sir. Major General Siva, thank you so much for joining us on Republic TV and sharing your insights and viewpoints on this story that we are tracking today on this show. Viewers, India does not forget its foes or the allies of its foes. It's a complex chessboard of global alliances, and India is making bold new moves, and they're catching attention of several nations. Just days after Prime Minister Narendra Modi's high-profile visit to Cyprus, it's Air Chief Marshal AP Singh who touched down in Greece this week, another country with deep strategic and military tensions with Turkey. Now, viewers, both Cyprus and Greece remain at odds with Ankara, and it is sending jitters to Erdogan now. These two visits. Air Chief Marshal was accorded a ceremonial guard of honor upon his arrival in Greece. The visit aimed at enhancing bilateral cooperation in operations and training, marking a significant step in strengthening the strategic partnership between the two air forces. And here on, of course, it becomes very important to understand that how India is trying to send out a strong message to Turkey. This diplomatic and defense outreach, viewers, takes a sharper edge in the aftermath of Operation Sindoor, which rattled Islamabad, Rawalpindi to be precise. During this operation, Turkey openly backed Pakistan, raising eyebrows in New Delhi and tightening the diplomatic calculus. Prime Minister Modi's visit to Cyprus and Air Chief Marshal's Greece visit is, of course, now making Turkey very, very jittery. Now, for more on this, I'm being joined by former diplomat, Ambassador Deepak Vora on the broadcast. Ambassador Vora, thank you so much for joining us on Forces First. India is making some bold strategic moves. They are sending out jitters to Erdogan with these back-to-back steps that have been taken. First we saw, that very strategic picture of the Prime Minister in Cyprus. Now we have, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh also visiting Greece, and he's going to talk about, Operation Sindoor and sharing how India, in fact, conducted all of this. Somewhere we understand that Greece and Cyprus become very important in countering Pakistan's ally, Turkey now.
Well, thank you very much, ma'am. Always a pleasure to be with you on your channel. And at this time, of course, you are, as always, outstanding. I just wanted to make one comment about Mullah Munir's visit to the White House, and I'll come to Greece. I believe, and I believe on good authority, that he got a dressing down from President Donald Trump, who said, why on earth do you need 5,000, 6,000 kilometer range intercontinental ballistic missiles? Saying you've been screaming to the world that you have no dushman other than eternal enemy India, and a missile with a range of 500 or 600 or 1,000 kilometers should be adequate. So if you start doing this with Chinese help, brother, I'm going to come down on you like a ton of bricks. Now, as far as Greece is concerned, this is a master stroke. You know that Greece, after Operation Sindoor, and you've been reporting this so brilliantly, expressed interest formally as well as informally, as well as through other friends, in the performance of India's BrahMos missiles and the training of Indian pilots. It's not that Operation Sindoor took place overnight. They had been training our Air Force for quite some time to hone their ability to strike at targets in Pakistan. However heavily they were fortified with concrete and been under the ground, etc. And then to send a missile, like delivering a letter in a letterbox, through a duct vent to an air conditioning duct, 1 foot or 2 feet by 2 feet, that is something, and Greece would be very, very interested. Then, of course, there is the ocean, there is the sea, etc., etc. Prime Minister went, looked at, as you rightly pointed out, looked at occupied Cyprus, just as these fellows from Turkey have been visiting Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and trying to look across the border. Well, we were looking at a country that has illegally occupied parts of Cyprus. And the message was loud and clear that we don't tolerate this kind of nonsense. If you want to mess around with us, brother, this is not docile India. This is Bharat Bahadur. We have showed to the world what we are capable of. Right. And we are now telling Turkey, don't mess with us. It's going to be very expensive for you. That's the loud and clear message, man.
Ambassador Vora, always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much for your insights on that story. We're closely tracking. Now, we will talk about India's superpower in terms of our arsenal now. In the depths of ocean this time, India is forging its most formidable weapon yet. The K-6 hypersonic missile we're talking about. It's a next-generation submarine-launched ballistic missile that promises to transform Indian Navy into a silent superpower. The DRDO is developing the game-changer missile for submarine launch, and the trials of this ambitious missile is expected very, very soon. With capabilities surpassing the BrahMos cruise missile, India will not just boost its deterrence, but K-6 will also place India alongside major powers like Russia, US, China, France and the UK. Now viewers, will tell you how it's a game changer. Now this K-6 outpaces the BrahMos, the deadly BrahMos, in speed and the range as well. It can also target the enemies at a speed of 9,261 kilometers per hour. Not just that, it can extend the strike range to 8,000 kilometers. It goes really, really deep into the targets, and the missile can evade the most of the missile defense systems, specially designed for S-5 SSBN submarines, and it has the MIRV capability which enhances its lethality. It enables single missile to strike multiple targets with lot of precision, and we have all seen that in current scenario such weapons in the arsenal become all the more important, especially for India as it is surrounded by its enemies, especially in the north. This is not your average warship. It's one of Indian Navy's most lethal corvettes, built for one purpose, to strike before even the enemy comes to know what's really coming. The state-of-the-art radar and sonar systems that can spot threats from miles away, the surface or deep underwater. Its stealth design can slip right past even top-tier defenses like Russia's S-500 missile shield. That's right, it's made to be invisible where it matters the most. When it's time to hit, Tamal does not hold back. It's armed with supersonic cruise missiles and the deadly Exocet MM-40s, precision strike weapons meant to take out the enemy ships before they get anywhere close. And if the threat comes too near, the AK-630 system kicks in, a rapid-fire shield that can neutralize anything from drones to incoming missiles. But Tamal is not just about weapons, it's got the speed to match. Thanks to its gas turbines, it can slice through the sea at over 30 knots. That makes it one of the fastest in its class. Quick to chase, quick to strike, and quicker to disappear. So whether it is a surface threat or a submarine lurking below, INS Tamal is always ready. Built to dominate, built to lead, and built to strike first and strike fast. All right, viewers, so with that, we come to the wrap of this edition of Forces First. Thank you so much for watching.